Hello everyone, this is Ashish and you're watching this channel. First of all, thank you so much. This is going to be my first video of this channel. So the main reason I've opened this YouTube channel is to have an online video journal. And what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to upload my trades for the day every day. Um, doesn't matter if it's a red day or a green day, I will be uploading those over here. Today I'm going to do recap of 2 days, um, 2 days of my funded account. The first day was a big loss. Yeah, I know the first day when I bought the account, I had a big loss. Uh, couldn't really do anything. It is what it is. The market was really choppy. People who traded on this day, uh, you know, everyone said that, yeah, it was a really hard day to trade. And, I checked in my risk. Like uh, wasn't it was the first day I wanted to do something good, and instead the market was really choppy, and I couldn't hold myself together. I lost the the discipline a bit, and I took the trades I shouldn't have taken. So I'm gonna jump in to all those trades and show you what I did. So this is the first day. As you can see, it's minus $194 on the first day. So right here, this is my day. And as you can see, the PNL first went into the green and then boom, boom, boom. The stairs just went down, couldn't do anything. So I'm going to open all the trades I took and I'm going to show you what exactly happened and all that stuff. The first trade I took was NVDA. So this was a strategy of mine, which is you take the trade for pre-market level breakouts. When it broke, I got a slippage. I bought it. I took my stop loss to break even, and I took partials at the very top or the top most I could. Small win, nothing crazy. Then the second, I went long again. And what happened was my stop loss was right around this area and it hit my stop loss, and then boom, the next thing I know, it went up high. That sucked, and that messed up my psychology. So I went long again when it, reversed. And this time it stopped me out. So that's the thing, right now you're just seeing those, um, what do you call it? Like clean candles. But in actual, these were moving crazy, like up, down, up, down, up, down. So it was really, really choppy. At this point, I should have stopped trading when I, saw that it's not working for me. But that's the thing. It was the first day I was like, I have to do something. So I kept doing it, kept taking the trades, even though I shouldn't have. So this trade, way far from my original entry point. So yeah, way far from my entry point. This was supposed to be my entry point, and I took the trade right over here. So this was really bad. Um, the trades and everything. Then I took another long. This was just a scalp. I just took the risk, and it didn't work. Another long on Nvidia, which again it didn't work. So this time right here, it looked like it wants to go. So this looked like two partials, and then boom. Sorry, this looked like two a normal pullback, and right here a green candle. So I thought, this looks like a continuation, which is just gonna go like this. But instead, it fell down. So I lost the money over here as well. Um, so this is done. Okay, so what happened was that Tesla was really, really weak at the open, and it just fell down right from the open. It fell down. The volume was really in favor of it going down. So this was a little crazy. So the VWAP was around this right here. So this was the VWAP. So what happened was this broke the VWAP really nice. and it showed support here that there's buyers over here and they're not going to let it go down. So because the VWAP was right over here, I remember because this was touching over here, I thought, this is a reversal, and now there's a very high potential that this can go easily for the high of day breakout, high of pre-market breakout, and go further. And Tesla has done it a lot of times. So this was a very high probability trade. I followed the rules and everything as well. It just didn't work in my favor. So no harm in that, 1 hour loss, but the profit would have been, at least 2 to 3 hours. But it's okay. It just didn't work in my favor. Small loss, the thing is, like, if I have trades which are in my favor and I, I follow the rules and all that stuff, the loss is not that much, so I can bear them. The only problem is the trades which I take I shouldn't have taken. Those give me big loss, and those are the frequent losers. And this was just a scalp, which I thought. So this was a very so the price is not that much. I generally like to trade stocks over $100 because I can manage my risk really well. But over here, it was below 75, and I could have easily taken more shares and lost. So that's why I did take, full buying power, but I was really scared, and I was like, I do not want to make it a red day. And at this point, I was 186 in the negative. So I knew I was way over my max loss. My max loss is generally $120. So I was already $60 plus from this max loss. And I was like, I cannot do it. This is not something I want to do. So I just, even though this would have worked really nicely and I would have gotten, so this was my risk, half candle. And my reward would have been right here. So around 2 hour of reward. So this would have been a nice trade. But that's the thing, when you're not in the best mental state, you shouldn't take the trades which you're not confident about. And I was already having a very deep and bloody red day, so I thought, might as well. So this sums up the first day really bad. Win percentage was only 25%, and the volume was really high. Like, this is really high volume for high caps, large cap stocks. So yeah, so generally, whenever I have good days, I take 5 trades max. Minimum to minimum, I take 2 trades or 1 trade even, and max is 5, but right here is 8. So when this number is 8 or the volume is really high, I get a, I do get a, when I look at it later, I get an idea that hey, I overtraded. Anyways, this was the first day. Then this was the second day. Second day was pretty nice, which was today. Today was Friday. So there was so as you can see, Wednesday, and then there's Thursday was the Thanksgiving in the US. So the market was closed. So today they opened again, Friday, because a lot of people are on their holidays, a long weekend, so not quite the volume in the market today. But I was calm, cool, and collected, didn't feel FOMO or ROMO, which put me in the best state of mind. I took all the trades in within my risk reward, within my risk, like I managed the risk really well, and I was confident in those trades as well. Even though they didn't work, my mental state and my psychology was really nice. So I'll go over my trades from these days. Sorry, from today. So let me just open all of them. Okay. So for the first trade, the pre-market low was right over here. So what this stock showed in the beginning is that this, let me just clear this. Okay. So as you can see, for, pre-market, it was just going down. So when it was going down, there was a clear definition that it was clear that the trend is to the downside. And that's what I did. I went short for the first minute for the break of pre-market low, which was right here. And I took good partials, but it reversed back on me and I eventually got stopped out. So this was a very small profit. This would have been a big profit if I would have, taken all my profit here, because I still had 50 shares left and I basically stopped out over here. So if I have would have taken like all the profit over here, which is never possible, by the way. Actually, why I'm even talking about this, but I would have taken some heavy partials and got some good reward, but it's okay. It is what it is. Then this was the second trade. Again, one of my playbook trades. What I do is break off pre-market high, Then so this Google was really strong, and past couple of days Google has been strong because this is all time high stock, and the whole market is going down, but Google is going up. So generally a strong stock. So pre-market high right over here, and I took long. Oops, why is it this big? So I took long right over here. And my stop loss was just below this pre-market high because it, loves to test this area. And when it tests this area, I was so confident that I added over here. So as you can see, right over here, these all trades you can see are green, which means I added to my position. And at this point, I was, I guess, 70 to 80% of my buying power. And eventually, it did good. As you can see, it went high, high. I got the peak as well, which is generally, I just put the levels and I took profit, and eventually it stops me out. So, what I usually do is first I'll take a trade. I'll take the partials. Once I take the first partial, I'm gonna bring my break even point so that I at least, if it reverses back on me, I at least have those profits. So that's exactly what happened. I took the trade, took the partial, but it eventually stopped me out, and it was a good thing because, as you can see, it just fell down the whole day. Like it never recovered. So second trade was this. Then I went for Nvidia short, and this was actually a very nice trade. So I was watching Nvidia whole morning, and so what I noticed was that the trend was clearly on the downside as I took the first trade as well. My first trade was right here. It came up, but then so the VWAP at this point was around here. So it came over VWAP and it was going good. So over here, like after this trade, I thought it reverses and now it's going to go for the pre-market high. But when we had this candle right here, so this candle was really interesting. So just imagine this. The VWAP is right here and boom. So went over here. This green candle went over VWAP easily, without any issues. The volume was in, bull's favor. And this would have been an easy VWAP test or just a pullback. But what happened was it lost VWAP really badly. And look at this, it lost VWAP without even, proper volume. So this meant that, again, today the market, because of lack of volume, was not the best case scenario. So when this lost the VWAP and it came below VWAP, I took a short just below it. Actually, my bad. So basically, the VWAP was something around this. And here was the moving average. So I took it with moving average and it went ahead and test the VWAP on this candle. I was really was really worried on this candle because I thought if it reverses, I'm gonna have another red day. But because the odds were in my favor, it didn't, and boom, I got a really nice move to the downside. Now over here, I added to my position because I thought this might have been a just a pullback, but I should have seen this candle. And basically, I'll tell you one thing. When this was happening, I knew like this. There's a very high chance this is reversed now. I added to the position in hopes that it's going to go down and I can get that eventual profit. But, I just basically went greedy and I didn't take off the position right here, which I thought I should, because this was basically high, 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 low. So that, gave a good um, reason to have went out and took all the profit, which would have easily made this around $100. But it is what it is. I was following my rules. This was just an adding strategy because 920 trades are really famous, where it tests out the 9 moving average and 20 moving average and then follows around. So this was the part where Nvidia was basically choppy. This is chop. You feel that this is a little smoother, but when you're actually doing the live trade, you will feel that it's just going up, down, up, down, up, down. The candles are really wicky and bad. So yeah, That was the trade for Nvidia, which worked out in my favor, one of the biggest trade. Then I took PLT along, and this was really, really low shares. The reason is because I was in the green and I didn't want to go red, and today the market was not having that much volume, so I just didn't feel like taking big risk, and I went long here. My target was basically pre-market high and the high of the day, which was something around here. And it didn't work in my favor. And eventually, you guys can see it did recover, but like over this part for at least 1 hour, it just kept going down. This was just a scalp. Like I thought I'm gonna go short, but break even and boom. It was actually a trade which would have worked in my favor. But that's the thing. It took a long time to work, and still it was choppy. Like at this point, this was just choppy. After this, it went down, and I generally do not trade after 10:30, so this would have been a okay trade. So yeah, this was my day. 60% win, not bad. Um, Volume was okay, and 5 trades, which is just perfect. The morning was more or less choppy, which means that it was a chop fest in the morning. Psychology, as you can see, I've written. I was calm, cool, and collected. I should have written collected here, but okay. I didn't feel FOMO or ROMO, so there were some stocks just they're going up, they're going down. I was like, no, it's okay. Just wait for your setup. If you miss it, you miss it. You cannot do anything. So that was it, guys. That was the trade for 2 days, and now it brings my my total PNL to around -$100. So this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want, you can in the comments, talk about your trades and all that. I'm not making these videos to be a YouTuber or being an influencer. This is more for me. The thing is, I want to have, I just want to be um, accountable to an audience, even though if I don't have an audience. I just want to upload these videos, and in my mind, I know I have to trade better because this is going online. So this is how it is. Um, this week is done. 2 days I have traded, and the total PN is -$100. Let's hope good things for the next week, and I will see you guys on Monday. Thank you.